Hi guys, welcome to your bi-weeklies from June 15th to the end of the month, June 30th. There is really not much to announce other than the Facebook contest still goes on. You have another 2 weeks for joining, liking, subscribing. This is all bringing you one entry toward possibly winning a 20-minute reading with me. Every month I give 3 20-minute readings. So take an opportunity. Also on Facebook I kind of sort of teach tarot in a very kind of light way, and I'm starting as a few days ago sort of like a play, and I want you to try to figure out what cards would mean. So I invite you to participate. Special actually the prices will go up, so take advantage of it, but in particular relationship and X readings is on special for $50. So check it out on my website www.cattarot.ca. And guys, make sure that you check your sun sign, which is basically the date when you were born, but also check your moon sign, your Venus sign. For the other person that you're checking, check their Mars sign, and you can get it from any of the free websites, and I'm going to put in the description where you can get it as well. So that way Mars sign is defining how they are seeking the partner, what is that actually they really want. Venus sign is denoting what you really need. So sometimes want and need are not the same. Your sun sign is like what you're programmed to do on this life, in this life basically time. And your ascendant is also really cool. This is really the mask we wear, and this is like what usually people interact. It's almost like that shield around you. So check all these elements because that's going to give you the full picture. And I think that's it. So let's jump into your bi-weeklies. Hi Gemini, welcome to your bi-weekly, and happy birthday to those of you who still didn't celebrate your birthday. So let's jump into your bi-weekly reading and see what's going to happen. And also guys, keep in mind that this is a general reading for your personal situation. This can really vibrate, but you really know, like, contact me for your private reading. Okay, Gemini, from June the 15th to June 30th. Gemini, June 15th to June the 30th. Gemini, June 15th to June the 30th. Gemini, June 15th to June the 30th. Okay, Gemini, June 15th to June the 30th. Gemini, June 15th to June the 30th. You have trust, and let's pick one more. You have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So let's go with that. Bottom of this deck, the Hermit, 9. This is major arcana, guys. So what's basically this saying? It's saying, look, maybe it's time for time out. This is one of those times where you really want to just kind of like wrap yourself with your own thoughts, with maybe a book, but sort of like one of those moments when you only stare at this book and the thinking and your own book is playing inside, wondering really what is the solution. This is like really time of growth. This is time when we get smarter, right? Because this is not lantern to kind of like see what is in front of us. This is a lantern of our mind that is helping us to go deep inside and resolve the problems. This is really what's talking about our growth. So when I see this card, this is like time to step back, retreat, regroup, renew, kind of like getting a perspective on life. So let's see what else do we have here. Gemini, what's going on here? Wow. Third party. Oh my gosh. Ups and downs. Okay, let's start with the past. Like I have like 3 cards that just jumped out with some kind of like third party motion here. So I'm really wondering what's going on, because this is something that has happened in the past. The Devil card, when it appears, it certainly talks about imbalance. It talks about this weird feelings when we become maybe even obnoxious, when we just become who we are not. We simply just want to wrap ourselves around the partner. We really want to please them. We will do anything just to make them feel right, but technically we are pleasing ourselves with that sort of like almost zombie-like quality, where we are just making sure that every wish that they have is basically being listened, almost like that we don't have control about ourselves. This is also talking about being overly focused to material, being overly focused to kind of money, to sex, to kind of like things that really don't matter. And you know that you're an air sign, right? You really don't care about it. So what is the attachment that you have? I think you started to think about it because it came reverse, which means like you're already kind of like realizing there is a problem. And so this can also talk about somebody not telling you about somebody else in their life, you know, somebody not telling you the full truth. This is kind of like that underlying thing that you kind of feel it is happening, but nobody is acknowledging. So something that you really wanted to build, it is connected to something you really wanted to build on a really kind of pragmatic level, and you do know there are some kind of secrets, because you kind of like want to walk this path, you kind of like want to bridge it. But look, you know, this is kind of like making a decision without knowing all the facts. Sometimes we have to do it, sometimes we have to trust our own intuition, but your intuition in the past didn't really work properly, because what you wanted and what somebody else wanted was not the same. So interestingly, you're still kind of like feeling it, because look, the 3 cats are playing with grapes in the upright position. Okay, cats can still eat grapes, but dogs can't, right? So in reverse position, this is telling me that somebody was maybe having a fun, but that was not necessarily you. This card is talking loudly about third party, only because it is basically connected to the other cards that also are talking about that. This card here talks about somebody didn't want to build a team, but this is also talking about that somebody didn't live to your expectations, or you feel, because you have this Devil card, that you're not living up to somebody's expectation. So this is that insecurity and fear that we are not good enough. And yeah, it's sad. You really want this happiness. You really want to get to like this level of getting something, like you're really hoping that for yourself. And guess what? You know, you might be getting there if you resolve this issue, if you resolve this discomfort that somehow is existing, because you literally are on a good path. It says like you have 9 of Cups and then you have Strength, both really good cards. So it's saying just stay strong in a situation, because you are understanding what's wrong. Maybe you didn't take steps toward, you know, like where you should be, but certainly you're getting it, and you're understanding that, you know what, maybe you're being immobilized with making a decision, but the situation you're in was pushing into something you're not. This cat is like a dog, and this cat is a rabbit. So meaning acting completely out of who you are, you know, and maybe even being shocked with what you have become. So what is crowning you again? It's kind of lack of teamwork. It's somebody really didn't want to kind of like build something, right? It is feeling inability to do everything that needs to be done. So this is why you have the Strength, right? Like kind of hopefulness in a situation. And what needs to be done is like to put a stop to something. There is a Death card. There we go. Your transformation. Where do you want to be? That is like definitely a loss. This is like not much about it, even though many readers are talking about, oh, it's such a lovely card, it's transformation. Yes, but it is a painful transformation, and it is needed transformation. It is something that is actually going to help you. And I think you are transforming. You're feeling a little bit stuck, right? You are going to be strong. You have a wish you want to get, but sort of like, I think what you're facing is wonder, oh, if I give up on this person, or if I give up on this, I'm going to be unhappy. So it's almost like holding on to things that are known out of fear of unknown, and hence basically being stuck. But the transformation is already taking place, whether you want it or not want it. So what is happening? There is a situation here where you have Two of Pentacles reverse, which is again talking about somebody juggling. This is again talking about, in the opposite situation, it's talking to me about life. Life has ups and downs, and sometimes we get the better things, sometimes we get worse things, but it's always a cycle of an infinite cycle, right? So this is again feeling, you know, like, I mean, that there is some kind of delay, that certain things are not done. This actually sometimes talks about embarrassment of some kind. Some secrets are coming out. Could it be that you had something that you didn't want to come out, and it is coming out? And Queen of Chalices. And it is certainly something really emotional. Something that maybe on the surface didn't look a biggie, but it's coming out, and it's going to be dealt with kind of like properly. It's going to be dealt with being vulnerable. But the healing still has to take place. You see, the Star card reversed is saying, like, I mean, it's an issue with kind of like looking up. It's like you're down, like the devil literally talks about being down, down, down. And this card should actually mean going up. But this can also mean refusing to accept guidance, refusing to accept kindness. So the whole reading so far is telling me that there is an issue. Look, refusing to get, like, you actually are really hoping for this happiness, going to the next stage. For once is like that card which usually talks about celebration of a goal achieved. It's one of those levels, right? You're climbing the mountain, ever so often you just like stop and take a breather. So that's kind of the card that talks about, look at this, like nice picnic together. Okay, we are there, hoping for this King of Wands. So we have here now possibly a couple as well, which could be you with somebody else, and this would be fire and water. It's expression of a different kind, and this is clearly saying this is water. This is clearly saying it's fire. Now, you know that I'm not the reader to give you all this horoscope signs, because when readers do that, that means that they really don't understand tarot. But water and elements are important. This is saying that one part of this is emotional, another part is passionate, right? So yet the leading cards over here are earth and air. So this is kind of interesting because we have all four elements, but earth and air being your element is not in favorable position. Just like very much here you have like three of cups, pardon me, reversed, and here you have like Three of Pentacles reversed. So now we are talking about, again, what I'm seeing, you are kind of getting it on some level that certain things need fixing. On the other level, you are unable to kind of pull that band-aid out. You are not healing. You're like literally hanging on over here. But it is telling me here that it could be a couple here that is like not only your own, just your own doing. It could be another person. This could be somebody promising to you all of that, and maybe you're not healing because of that vision of this promise, and somebody was there who gave you this hope in a good future, who gave you this hope in this, like, I mean, family, who gave you this hope and this passion, right? Who gave you this hope. Like, I mean, he was like so prominent in your life that literally it was like that you're feeling you cannot breathe without this person. But there will be things that you're going to be finding out in this 2-week period, and these things are actually going to balance you out. So you're starting this with feeling kind of a little bit stuck, but you're gaining your strength. So certain things will become a burden. 10 of Wands, you see, like this is kind of too much. It's kind of can be, if anything else comes your way, is going to be a straw on a camel's back, right? So what is this? What kind of burdens are you carrying and why? You need to ask yourself. This is a 10. Right after 10, you have 1. So I think, Gemini, and good for you, you're going to decide just to drop. It's literally what air signs can do. It's kind of like see things from the above. And why people don't understand air signs is because it's like a mountain. It's climbing a mountain, like right the bottom of the mountain where you have this beautiful lake. They're water signs, and this is the joy that you have of going deep and feeling that connection. Then the earth, of course, feeling grounded, enjoyment, getting like the sun kind of like in your face. It is lovely. But then you have the fire, and the fire is like feeling the sun on your skin, feeling the sun getting hotter the higher that you get, and feeling this excitement that kind of like bubbles up in you, with kind of like seeing it from the higher perspective. Also forest fires. So now when you're on top of the mountain, but you're in the clouds, you're in the air sign. So this is the sign that can see it from the above, but you can be lonely over there. And look, this is where you are. You are looking at your burdens now from a different perspective. And this is a card that says to me, no fear. It is Knight of Swords. And Knight of Swords is somebody who moves really fast, who is literally giving, like we are giving ourselves an assignment, and it's just kind of like review of our own life. So you'll be coming back to certain issues. So maybe this whole burden would mean addressing things with yourself, because everything has this flavor that something is still brewing over here. So I'm still not sure how is this relating to true love and trust, but let's see. Because Gemini, you're coming to yourself. The Magician is like that card of manifestation, kind of like, again, feeling, putting the foot on the ground. On top of that, look at this. Now you have 4 majors in a row. 4. So the end of the month is going to be almost like when you get out of Gemini period, you're literally right on top of the world. This is like, okay, what do I want to create? This is still not creation itself, but it's kind of decision on what you want to create. So now this is kind of being stuck in the past. This is maybe even thinking about some painful memories. Look, you have 2 6s. So you're really reviewing things from the past over here. You are wondering about how people contributed to your feeling down. How do you really put yourself on a pedestal? This is like coming to yourself, and it's going to be almost coming deep inside of yourself. So I think this is the trust card. You will start to trust. You'll start trusting yourself. You will trust but what you say is true, because I think this is going to be your review, that something that you have been experiencing was not what looked like, and that you were like kind of misguided. So this is your environment. You have the Hierophant, and it is basically the rule of groups. It could be a religious card. It could be that you are going to try to be more pragmatic. You will maybe try to be more organized. You know, this is also the Boss card, right? So when this card appears, it kind of reminds me also to be committed to rituals in life, to possibly spiritual practice. But certainly this is reminding me to to meditate every day, to kind of, again, just like your magician is calling you, get in touch with who I am and what I want. Because rituals are in your highest good at this time, and maybe other people on the outside are going to see you this way. Or maybe this also can mean, relating to the situation, that people are asking you, hey, are you getting married? What's going on with this? But there is something, or divorce, guys, because you're getting the Wheel of Fortune reversed and heartbreak, and there is another third party over here, and this is like really somebody taking advantage of your good heart. It could also mean that somebody was trying to convince you into things that actually did not exist. Whenever I see, because this is what's happening, and you're feeling pain. Some of you are feeling pain. Others are kind of like being pressured to make a decision, right? But this card also talks about silver linings, right? So it talks about being rejected. It talks about feeling unlucky. It talks about feeling lack of balance. So this is still lingering over here, right? So if there is an advice for this card, it would be to act in your best interest and let go. So now I am being told, well, why don't you tell us what to let go? Well, it is your situation. Whatever you guys feel that you're so attached that you cannot trust. Maybe you're even thinking that this is a true love. Maybe you think that because of that you're holding on. But you have to ask yourself, well, are you feeling inside that you're energized, or you're feeling that it's slipping under you? Are you feeling bad? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling irritable? That's not the way you would feel if this is true love. You are not supposed to fight for true love. So it is good that you're going back to kind of thinking through it, because I see hopes and fears is like to starting new. And this is also very spiritual. Even though I personally don't like this card, Fool card, it is basically talking about dreaming. Like the reason why I don't like it in the other decks, I like it in this deck. Because in this deck talks about, okay, I'm starting fresh, I'm starting new, and I want to get here. I want to feel that I'll be on the top of the world. I want to feel that I'm pampered and I deserve it, right? This is a good card in a sense that says, look, I have to put a seal on what happened, because if I keep carrying this, and this is again the trust card that is coming in, it says the situation is calling you to have faith, right? So yeah, this is faith in yourself. Because with faith, anything is possible. And I'm not necessarily talking about religious faith. Faith that if you're hurting, that you're going to dust off and move ahead. Because this true love is on your way. The true love, first and foremost, has to be with yourself. You have to learn that you're a spiritual being, and the things happen for a reason. So the Fool card here is you want to let go of misunderstanding and arguing and fighting. If guys, there is like a feeling that you're trapped, or if there is a feeling that you're trapped in a situation even though you're not trapped literally, this is not a good feeling. You have to let go. You have to trust that letting go is the right solution. And you might even feel that justice hasn't been served, because this is to me like one of the three karma cards. One is justice, one is judgment, and the third one is Wheel of Fortune, which you have here. So you have two karma cards that are currently reversed. So they are really not working in your favor. But karma is actually always working in your favor. It's just like maybe manifestation is like, well, generally this is not the luckiest moment right now. But even though the justice is reversed, it's saying ultimately justice will be served, because justice is always served. So I think really it's important for you in this time period to focus on yourself. You will have the strength, but at times you're going to be feeling a little bit burnt out. But look, you're getting Lovers, which again is you guys. It's again Gemini, and the Magician is Gemini. And there you go. Look, this is the beginning of the trip. right? Where the kitty is dreaming about being pampered. And that will be the end of the trip, right? Kind of like, here I am, look, I got it, now it's the next stage, I want to repeat that. So it came reversed over here for you. So why do you think that is? It came reversed because when the World card reverses back, there is like still something you're addressing. And Lover's card again can talk about the 3. It's a choice that you have to make, and you keep being pulled back into something that has happened in the past. Just want to clarify, because like unbelievable amount of majors over here. So just want to see a few emotions that are to clear them out. And guys, again, contact me for your personal reading. But let's see this 3 of Swords. What is this? The Hierophant and this 3 of Swords. Yeah, somebody, you see, you have Melody, you have Thief, and you have Room. Somebody was intimate with somebody and broke your heart, or hurt you, or rejected you. Somebody stole something and you're depressed. Room is definitely talking about intimacy, allowing somebody in your private space. So let's see here, the Trust, True Love, Fool. What is this all about? You have Gift. Again, gift to yourself. As I said, have faith. Now you have a whole cluster of cards here. So what do we have here? Joyfulness reversed. So this is like that third party kind of like going bad. Now Scholar is somebody who is like thinking forever. Reversed is like, okay, you know what, like, I mean, you have to make this, where was it, you have to make this blind decision. Make a decision. Making a decision is better than not making a decision. And Child is almost like Fool. So look, you're getting a double message. This is really calling you. And Fool, by the way, is also air, because look, you have the Sun and kind of like lifting up. You guys need to lift yourself up. For those of you that have fell into a hole, you have to lift yourself up. So here, it's really important. This period is going to be very important for you. Very, very, very. You have 3 major arcanas over there. So 2 of them are reversed. So you kind of like need to kind of cut karmic cords or something. And guys, check my Sapphire Dreams channel, which in description box you can get the link to. You have cutting cords meditation, and you also have how to raise your vibrations. Look, you have the Love card, which is the Lovers reversed. So you're coming back to love. You are keeping somebody in your life who is really, who's shown not to be your friend. Yeah. This is saying to me, guys, you know how you need to think about it, how to let go. Really ask yourself what love is for you. Ask yourself if being a friend is part of that love, and if being consistent is part of this love. So ask yourself these questions. And if the answer is no to any of these 3, then ask yourself, what really are you choosing? Are you choosing to go and reverse this and feel discomfort? Or are you choosing to go forward where, yeah, it's going to hurt a bit, because it is going to be hard without this person, but it's hurting because there is this karmic connection and this person was here to teach you a lesson. But you have to trust that there is a true love in front of you. And it is. You guys are going to have really interesting period. I would really love to hear from you. So please subscribe, like, share. That means a lot to me. And also your comments mean a world to me. Thanks, Gemini. Let me know how it's going. Love you.